The phone rang that afternoon, a number I didn't recognize flashing on the screen. I was in aisle 7 of the grocery store, a half-empty basket in one hand, trying to convince my 6-year-old to choose just one box of cereal. He laughed, unaware that a single ringtone could shift the ground beneath you. "Hello," I said. Silence. Then a voice I hadn't heard in 8 months, soft, tentative. "Daniel, where are you?" My chest tightened. My ex-wife, after months of disappearing without a word. I glanced at my son, humming an off-key tune, oblivious. "I'm with him," I said slowly. "Yes, Melissa. He's right here. Why are you calling?" People brushed past, carts rattling against the linoleum. 8 months ago, she left, claiming she needed to find herself. She found someone else instead, a co-worker named Derek, all expensive watches and effortless charm. She packed her life with precision, no drama, no tears, just a quiet finality. Now her voice trembled. "Daniel, I made a mistake." I wanted to scream at the static of her words. "What do you want?" A long exhale. "I just wanted to hear your voice." And his. "Please, can I talk to him?" I almost said no. Almost. But my son's face glowed with the kind of innocence adults spend a lifetime chasing. I handed him the phone. "Mom," he said, eyes wide. "Hi," she whispered. He jabbered about school, about tying his shoes, about his new friend Mason. I stepped back, pretending to read a label, but my chest felt heavy and hollow. When he handed the phone back, he whispered, "She said she misses me." I swallowed. "Yeah, buddy, I'm sure she does." Her voice returned, quieter now. Can we meet? The three of us." I stared at the neatly stacked soup cans, fluorescent lights humming overhead. "You left Melissa. You didn't just leave me, you left him. You can't just call and pretend it was a vacation." Tears broke through her words. "I know he doesn't deserve that. You don't either, Daniel. Derek, he wasn't who I thought he was. Of course he wasn't. They never are." Anger swelled, dull and heavy. "You should tell that to someone who cares." I said. "Please," she whispered. "I'm back in town. I want to make it right." I glanced at my son, lining up cereal boxes like soldiers, humming again. Life didn't pause for heartbreak. "Melissa," I said, steady now, "the only thing you can do is stay consistent. He's finally sleeping through the night without asking where you are." A long pause. "Then I'll call later." "Don't," I said. I ended the call. My hand trembled. I wanted to feel something, rage, grief, relief, but only a hollow calm remained. My son looked up. "Dad, can we get both cereals?" I smiled faintly. "Yeah, let's get both." As we walked toward the checkout, I realized her voice no longer had a place here. This life, peace, quiet, and a little boy who still believed in happy mornings, was already mine. But her call hadn't just been about regret. It was a warning. Friday came. I was cooking when my son ran in, phone in hand. "Dad, it's Mom again." I froze. Her voice was panicked, rushed. "Daniel, please." "Derek, he's following me. He won't leave me alone." I closed my eyes. Of course, the man she left us for now turned into the monster she imagined I was. "Where are you?" I asked. "At a motel off Highway 17. "He's outside," she said. I instructed my son to grab his coat. Minutes later, we drove through rain-slicked streets, windshield wipers carving rhythm across memories I thought were buried. At the motel, she stood under a flickering light, soaked and fragile. I parked and kept my voice calm. "Where is he?" I asked. She pointed to a black SUV, headlights flashing once. "He's been watching me for hours, blocking my car." My anger surged. "You walked out for that man, and now you want me to protect you." Tears mixed with rain. "I don't deserve your help. I just need to get out." I drove them to a diner, safe for now. She wrapped her hands around a coffee cup she didn't drink. "I didn't realize what I had until it was gone," she admitted. "You realize it too late," I said. "He said he'd protect me, but then he started checking my messages, showing up at work. When I tried to leave, he threatened to ruin everything." You didn't need his help with that, I said. She nodded silently, finally seeming to understand the weight of her choices. After ensuring the police were involved, I drove my son home. He fell asleep, tiny hand on a toy truck. I sat in the driveway long after the engine stopped. Her message came the next morning. Thank you. I'll sign the papers tomorrow. You deserve peace. I didn't reply. I didn't need to. Sunlight spilled across the kitchen floor. My son, hair tousled, eyes half open, tugged at my hand. Can we go to the park today? Yeah, buddy, I said, smiling. Sometimes closure doesn't come in grand gestures. Sometimes it's a quiet phone call, a final message, or the simple realization that life goes on. She had finally said goodbye, and for the first time, I believed her. But I couldn't shake the thought. Maybe her call had never been just about fear. Maybe it was also about envy, because the peace she chased elsewhere, she found here. And this time, I wasn't giving it back.